Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to another Friday with Dannphan. I hope you're having a good week so far. It's a little bit dark. Just trying to fix up the lighting to see if I can make it look a little bit brighter in here, but it's not really making that much of a difference. It's just kind of dark and cloudy out today. Not really much you can do about that. But we work with what we have, you know? Sometimes you just gotta do the best you can with what you have. So hopefully everyone's doing a-okay this fantastic Friday. Reaper updates, I guess first and foremost. We are pretty close to the goal, as you can see, with 10 days left. 10 days, guys. Just 10 days. So we're finally at the 10-day countdown to the end of the campaign. And of course, it is a flexible goal. But I think how the flexible goal works is that it won't go in demand if the goal isn't met, I think. I could be wrong about that. I have no idea. Indiegogo rules kind of confuse me. But it's cool. It's all fine. I'm pretty excited to be wrapping up this whole campaign and getting the book done, of course. That's the most important part about this. Yes, getting the book done. Oh yeah, the Reaper song you posted today was amazing. Glad you liked it. Glad you liked it. Honestly, I was originally planning on posting that song way earlier in the campaign. But I guess for the 10-day countdown, it's not too bad, right? I was also considering, should I wait to post the song? Since it's, so late in the campaign, should I wait to post the song till the book is released on the website? Have it be a new kind of trailer thing? But, it doesn't really matter. I really wanted to share the song with everybody as soon as I could. And, it just ended up being finished much later, but I think it turned out pretty good. Overall, anyways. Originally, the version of the song that I had was of me singing it, but I sounded terrible singing it. So I'm glad that I could get someone who was a lot more professional sounding. And apparently her boyfriend or husband was German, so he was able to help her with some of the pronunciation. Fun little fact there. Huh? So, I don't know, should I show everyone else the song? It might be kind of weird if I'm just playing the song and not saying anything for a short while. But I could also link it, I suppose, in the chat for those of you who want to look at the song for yourselves. If you lip sync it. Well, let me see. I think I hit pause. But it didn't work. Classic YouTube. I think I can do this. Oh, yes. And then you wouldn't have to look at my face. Can I full screen it, or do I have to just zoom in? I don't like seeing all the YouTube short ads in the background. It's Nocturnal Souls, Reaper Bardcore. Let's fucking go. Alright, I'll turn off the background music for a bit, and we'll, because I think the sound comes through just fine if I just play it like this, right?
Watch the nocturnal souls as they dance in the groves. See their flickering light as they release their geist. The knights in command turn away from the Lord. Listen and the reapers work hard, serenaded by bards, singing ocean minor flaminic thoughts, singing ocean.
yeah, not bad, right? She did a good job. It sounds like very pretty fairy tale-y, and that's what I was going for. Obviously, it has like little bits and pieces for the Reaper lore. For those of you who are lore crazy, right? if you want to piece together the lore before actually reading the book, or if you just wanted a little extra flavor in the lore as you're reading the book, listen to that song, and it's giving you a little bit of context in the song of what is actually happening. So yeah, Mark, yes, I did saw you followed me on Twitter. You can DM me there. I don't know if Twitter has like weird rules against DMs nowadays, because I used to just have my DMs open to everybody, and I think now it's a little bit, I don't know, weirder? I have no idea. But the email was on my... On your YouTube page, you can go to, like, the About section, and there's an option to see, like, business email. But I could also just tell you it. It's, like... It's trishkafari@gmail.com. And I'm not saying that for everyone to then start emailing me, but... I don't know why, with the German lines completed somehow. It's amazing. Yeah, you know, I know people out there will, like, want to find things to hate about Germany just because of World War II, right? But people would tell me that German is such an angry language, and that every time someone speaks in German, they just sound angry. And I'm thinking to myself, I think that's just because you've only ever seen German spoken in context of evil Nazi movies. It's actually a very beautiful language. And I did pick out those specific words because, you know, once again, lore reasons, but I also wanted them to sound just as beautiful as it felt. Originally, I was thinking, like, maybe the chorus should be in Latin, right? Holy Roman Empire themes. But I went back on that idea because in Latin it did not sound nearly as beautiful as in German. In German it really did just have that flavor to it. So that's how it go. Yeah, the bone-ringing arms, too stiff. Smoking only, in my opinion. Well, I didn't do the animation, but I did slow down the animation because I thought that the original version went too fast for what how slow the song was that I was pairing it with. I guess I should also at some point, like, maybe think about other things that I can animate for Reaper things. Like simple animations, like that one where it's looping. As far as like full on like animated trailers, whew, those cost money. I know from experience those are quite something, so I would want to have the money to spend on that first. And I'm not gonna really get the money, even from this campaign, I'm not gonna get this money for a while now, so, and then I'm gonna spend it all because, you know, I gotta actually pay for the stuff that I promised to give people. But yeah, you know, she did wonderful. I like wrote the song and came up with the melody myself, and then I went to a guy online who's like trying to do bardcore style music, and I was like, can you make something that fits this melody? He gave me back the instrumental. I originally sang over it, and I was like, my voice sucks. So I went over to her, and I was like, can you sing this melody over this music? And then she nailed it. So it all turned out very good. Old English sounds more like German than modern and Middle English. Well, German is a English. English is a Germanic language. They're like connected to each other for a lot. And then, you know, that's also connected to Latin. It's like all these different languages kind of take from one another, especially coming from Europe, you know? Did you feel the earthquake this morning? Yeah, actually. It was very slight. It was very subtle. But there was an earthquake nearby. Spooky dooky, huh? Release the Trish cut? No. You wouldn't like that version. I know for sure you wouldn't like that version. She did a much better job than I. I always liked to hear foreign culture in songs and stories, but it has to be cool. The German sounded good. Good. It's like that joke where Japanese music or more specifically anime opening themes, I guess, is where people notice this the most often, where every now and then they'll just throw in like an English phrase or some random English words in there. I guess in a way it was like kind of like that for this song, but there is like there's some reasoning for why the German language would be infused in this song. But you know, I've met a handful of people that are fluent in Church Latin. That is a cool thing to be fluent in, I gotta say. Earthquake was freaky, not gonna lie. Felt that earthquake earlier today. More surprised than shocked. Yeah, you know? Obviously, there has not been an earthquake near here, of all places, in a very long time. Not that there's never been an earthquake in this location, but, you know, it's just, it's not very often that it happens in the area by which it happened. But I don't really know the logistics of earthquakes, you know, so I wouldn't really be able to give a whole lot of insight on that. All I know is that the house vibrated for a little bit, and then that was all. It wasn't anything crazy like earthquakes in Japan, you know, but like it or not, the Trisha cut of the song should be archived to blackmail you with for the years to come. No! Did you hear there's gonna be a Pop-Tarts movie featuring Jerry Seinfeld? What? No, I did not hear that. Was this an April Fool's joke? What? Unfrosted the Pop-Tart story? What is this? Okay. Directed by Jerry Seinfeld. From a screenplay he co-wrote with his writing team. Seinfeld and Fierstein also serve as producers of the film. Okay. The film is loosely based around the true story of the creation of Pop-Tarts toaster pastries. I see, it's a Netflix movie. It all makes sense now. It all comes together now. I get it. Alright. So Netflix recently is like having a thing with documentaries. Very, very like loosely based on facts type of documentaries. But it's kind of reminiscent of like the Tetris movie, where they try to like do a documentary on the creation of Tetris. But it's such a boring story that they like kind of over dramatize it here and there. So, you know, it's very goofy. I would not expect... You know, when I first heard you say there's going to be a Pop-Tarts movie with Jerry Seinfeld, I was thinking like it was like the Bee Movie. where they're all just Pop-Tarts, and Jerry Seinfeld is just a Pop-Tart talking to other Pop-Tarts. We gotta get out of here. They're gonna put us in the toaster. That would be good. That would be pretty funny. I ordered my copy of Reaper. Glad to see how close you are to your goal. Thank you. That's always good to hear in the chat. Oh, I never turned back on the background music. My bad, guys. My bad. My bad. What's next? The epic saga of Pong. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure that that's already in the works. Trying to, like, super over-dramatize history. Just like, oh man, this guy, he, like, was smart and he made a thing and nobody believed in him, but then he got rich. That's the documentary. That's the story. That's all there is. Oh, you know, I have something to show you guys. I just hope that it won't cause everything to fall down. I got a new manga! Got a new #1 to display in the background. This is actually a little bit shorter than the other ones. I think it's, you can kind of, well, you can't really see that well because it's all the way over here. But you can kind of see in comparison, this is like 0.5 shorter than the normal printing. Square Enix printed. I don't really pick up a lot of their manga, but this one I really like. It's the girl I like forgot her glasses. This is another one of those romance manga that I can recommend, along with the anime. The anime was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Although the one shame about the anime is that the first season does not show you the two actually getting together. But don't worry, they do get together in the manga, and it is very wholesome, very sweet. As far as thickness you can expect from Reaper, it's going to be about this thick, actually. This is a fairly short manga compared to the normal printing. Let me show you another one, just so you can compare it to something. Freerun #1. Great manga, right? You can sort of see the thickness comparison. Maybe if I put them side by side? No, well, that's actually worse. So, Freerun, to give you kind of an idea, they're printed on, like, roughly the same paper. This is... oh, they didn't number the pages. Or they number, like, every other page or something like that. Okay. So this is, like, a couple over 200... oh, man, that's a great shot. I love that. I fucking drool over this shit, man. So this is like maybe 250 pages, roughly. And it's pretty thick. And then this one, right here, fairly thin. This is just a little over 100. This is like 120 altogether. And this is the thickness you can expect from Reaper Book 1 when this is done. It's just good in general to have something in my hands that I can, like, kind of feel and you know, have a comparison to. It will be taller than, yeah, it'll be normal size though, because this one is actually shorter. It's like 0.5 shorter than the normal manga. It'll be like this tall, but this much of a page length to give you something to compare and whatnot. If you ever want to have something to compare to, I don't know. I'm a little bit surprised that this did turn out to be, like, only about 120 pages. I don't know, is that a Square Enix thing? Do they just print shorter volumes, or is that just... I assume that's just how it was published. It's just published to be shorter. Ugh. It's a slow burn for that romance to only get 100 pages at a time. And put my Freerun back. There we go. The one, I do have one free run displayed up top. It's the second one, which is the best. The best one. Anyway. I got 1, 2, and 3 of free run. Although I wouldn't entirely be against collecting them all by any means. They're very good. You know, some arcs I like better than others, naturally. The demon killing arcs are always the best ones. Always. I didn't hate the... I know that the first season of free run is done, and they ended on the mage test. I didn't hate that arc. I had like a little bit of problems with it here and there, because it felt like it felt like too much of a long side trail. And I wanted to like get back to the main story, main adventure. And I felt bad that Stark was being sidelined, because I really like that character. But it's not bad. It's just not my favorite. Obviously, the demon killing arcs are going to be my favorite ones. Hey, super sticker. Pointing upward. Nice. Double page spread should be in every comic book. And you gotta make it an amazing shot. I'm not gonna really have too much double page. I mean, like, the chapter separations, some of them are gonna be double page spreads. That was the plan anyways. Like, obviously, that one that I was drawing with Dannphan, that was gonna be a double page spread with, Ichabod and the Siddharth. The Siddharth statue, which you can also get on the campaign page. I should have just added a castle on like one of the perks, just for good measure, just to make you extra excited. We tried to print the castle that was actually featured in the first book. But unfortunately, the 3D model that we got of that castle was just a little bit finicky, and we couldn't really get it to print. It was just difficult. And, you know, that's kind of the problem when you hire people on Fiverr. But it's whatever. It's fine. Do a review of it, please. A review of which? Of Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, or of free run? I definitely did a review on free run. I was pointing up to the last message posted. Oh yeah, the double page spreads. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks, Mark. Enjoys demon slaying arcs. I started laughing because that was funny for some reason. I mean, it's good shit. It's good shit. It used to be just the base for, like, all fantasy things to kill demons and demons to be evil, right? But, it's been a little bit different the last couple of 20, 30 years. They've been trying to subvert our expectations, and, I've had enough of that. I want to go back to my expectations. There's only so much subverting that I can take until now it's the new expectation. Speaking of demons, did you watch Hasbin Hotel, Dannphan? And if so, would you consider reviewing it? Well, that's a good question. So I watched the original pilot when that came out on YouTube. And, you know, there were a lot of critiques I could give it. Just that one pilot alone. Obviously, that's not the official pilot that it ended up going with for the official animated series. But my god, like, there's a lot to like about it, while also being, like, so many problems with it, you know? I think the biggest problems lie in the fact that the lore doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And, you know, the main character's motivation is kind of finicky as to whether or not she can actually achieve what she wants. And I already know what happens in the animated series, the official series. And it doesn't sound very good. It doesn't sound like they solved any of their plot problems, which is a shame. It is a shame. If there was an ability, or if there were just different people working on a similar project with a similar theme to it, I think they could have made it work. Just not this team. But one of the things to like about Hasbin Hotel is that there's a lot of really creative character designs. The animation's very nice, right? And there's like some creative ideas in there, here and there. I think the edgy humor sometimes works, but when it's oversaturated, and it will be inevitably, if the idea of hell is that everyone is just super edgy all the time, then the humor does not work, because it's just constantly being expected. You can't really have a good, solid punchline if you're just always expecting the punchline. So that's kind of unfortunate. And then there's like the argument that they're still trying to keep Hasbin Hotel safe. They're not overcommitting to criticizing, they're like half criticizing Christianity, and then they're half not. And I think it's because maybe the creator sort of likes it, or likes the themes of angels and demons, and so like doesn't have it in their heart to like go full critique on the Christian themes. They really fucked with the Bible lore in order to make their story whatever the heck it is. But they made like the villain be Adam, the first man to have sinned. Right? Somehow he went to heaven. I guess he didn't sin hard enough. I don't know. But so the critique there is that Adam is not a good person, but he got into heaven anyway, because the way you get into heaven has to do with like these very specific rules, and that has a lot of loopholes in them, which doesn't make any sense. Obviously, if you know anything about the Bible, you would know that it has to do with who you are as a person and not the specific rules that you follow. But yeah, so the idea is like once he's in heaven, he can't be kicked out of heaven, so he acts like an asshole. It doesn't really work. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't really work. It's like somehow you can ascend from hell to heaven, but you can't get kicked out of heaven once you're in there. Doesn't make any sense. It's, there's a lot of things that don't really get properly explained in Hasbin Hotel, even in just the first animated pilot. But I don't know if anyone would really be that interested in me reviewing the whole thing. Because like I said, it's not completely terrible. Like, they didn't do the thing where they just made all the angels bad people. The majority of people in heaven actually are good people. Because like I said, she didn't want to like overcommit and just hating Christians or anything like that. Or just hating angels, or because she has to also establish that there are in fact evil people in hell and good people in heaven in order for them to even want to get into heaven in the first place. It's like this weird like juggling match that she's doing. I don't know. Sorry, I know I missed your message. Did you tune into Adult Swim this April Fool's Day? They had puppets. And also the first Smiling Friends Season 2 with video game mascots. I have not watched Adult Swim in a really long time, honestly. It's been a while since, like, stuff I I want to watch has been on Adult Swim. Mostly anime now. It's mostly anime that I want to watch. And I guess sometimes Adult Swim has some anime. So, kind of depends. Netflix added Spy X Family. Started watching it and I love it so much. Oh yeah, that's definitely a top recommendation that I love to just throw out there for anyone who wants to start some anime. Because, like, anime gets a bad rap for being very weird or sexual, and there's a lot of anime out there that does not fall under that category, and Spy X Family is one of them. So, obviously, if I'm giving someone a first recommendation into anime, and I know that they don't want to see anything weird, I'm not going to recommend them Keijo, right? I'm going to recommend them Spy X Family. Or something, something a little bit more normal. For lack of a better word. The Samson story. I missed that conversation, unfortunately. Samson is such a based red pill story. I believe you. I believe you. Have you seen Blood Plus? It's badass. Honestly, a lot of the vampire stuff kind of blends together at some point. So I'm not sure which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't, because I get all of them mixed up with each other all the time. Sorry. I don't think I've seen Blood Plus, though. I don't think I've seen it. I'll have to check. I'll definitely have to check. So what else is going down on the internets? Oh, I see that Adam sent me a few things to react to. I already kind of knew about... Well, I don't know why he sent me a Discord link. I can't open that up without showing all my stuff. But if you want to know about some of these things, I already know about this before starting the video. So I don't even know if it's If you are taking questions, I wanted to know if you've ever tried to do a comic master study, taking an 18-page issue you like and copying to study it. 18-page, you mean like copying every page? Like tracing over the pages? Or just like studying it and how they do the panels, or how they do the story, or how they do different shots? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into making a comic. There's a lot of different skills that you need to utilize, you know? I have done, like, art studies in general, where I, like, go over an art piece or an art style that I like, and then try to draw it side by side and try to duplicate it. But I haven't taken a full, like, 18-page issue and, like, copied all the pages or anything like that. And, you know, even, like, the art studies, I'm usually drawing from memory when I draw a lot of things these days, which is probably not, like, the best way to keep learning, but that is how you simplify a lot of character designs, is when you're drawing them from memory. You will definitely be simplifying the details by quite a lot. Yeah, here's, I don't know how interested you'd be in this, but this is a little bit funny. So, God, shorts. Gotta zoom in, I guess. So this is a new thing, apparently. You wanna see this? It's an ad, but it's fucking weird, right? Snortable caffeine. What? No. Stop. What do you think, guys? Are you into snortable caffeine? Instant energy. No crash. Never any crash. You will be wired for the rest of your life. What a bump. Okay, we have to read the information. We want to be informed about this, you know. A want a bump, trademark, is legal. It's legal. Don't question us, it's legal. Caffeine-infused energy supplement. Our unique formula, consisting primarily of natural caffeine, is designed to provide a quick, smooth energy boost. It contains no illicit substances. So if you snort it in front of a cop, it's not our problem. What happens afterwards is not our problem. Reactively discourage the use of any illegal substances and promote a healthy, active lifestyle. Are you? I don't know if promoting snortable caffeine is promoting healthy lifestyles. This product is intended for adults only and should be used responsibly. What happens if you don't use it responsibly? What happens? Our approach is tongue-in-cheek and meant to be fun, but our product is serious about clean energy? Huh? Oh, do they mean, like, don't add cocaine to it? Is that what they mean about clean energy? Because most people, when they use the phrase clean energy, they're talking about, like, no fossil fuels or something. Like, what is... Okay, so I can think of a couple reasons why this is a bad idea. But what do you think, guys? If you needed caffeine really badly, would you snort it? Would you snort it, or would you just order a coffee? Or, like, go to a gas station and pick up a Bang or something? Would you rather have a delicious drink that does not require you to shove powder up your nose? Or would you rather have snortable caffeine? It's stupid. This is stupid. This is a bad idea. It's like, even if you're not, like, stopped by police or anything, it's like, who else would want to snort something? Like, why would you choose to snort something? The name to bump cocaine term. Yeah, right? Like, what's... There's no way snorting anything is healthy for your nose. Of course. Of course. When does injectable caffeine hit the market? Oh yeah. You know what? That would be kind of a little bit cool if you just straight from a video game. But no, like, snorting the caffeine can only be likened to being a drug addict. It's like, if you're at least injecting it, you can pretend that you're like some sort of super soldier getting their serum. You can't pretend that if you're snorting it. Nobody's buying that. Now people are gonna, like, just start checking if they can snort their G Fuel. Raspberry. So goofy. So goofy. Somehow more dangerous than snorting actual cocaine. Well, they're not too far apart from one another. You'd be surprised how strong this form of caffeine is compared to any coffee. Well, I imagine the real reason that you would choose to snort the caffeine as opposed to drinking it in a delicious, nutritious drink, right, is because you would get energy faster as opposed to waiting like 10 to 20 minutes. But who would need instant energy that quickly? I I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Anything is snortable if you're brave enough. Words to live by, yes. Injectable melatonin for better sleep. Now available in China White. You're so goofy. This powder can be used to lace people's drink or food. Yeah. I snort salt when my nose is running and congested. I wouldn't do that. But, I suppose to each their own. Anyway, buy my comic. That's the real lesson in all of this. Is that Reaper Book 1 is still funding on Indiegogo. It's for adrenaline junkies and health mutts. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I would not snort caffeine. Gotta be honest. Now, speaking of cocaine, Reaper, Book 1, The Cursed Castle. Get your bump with Reaper Book 1. Yeah, almost fulfilled. Yeah. I'll read it while enjoying my bump, yeah. That's how you really, really take in what's going on in the story. You just gotta get that bump first. Jeez. I honestly hate things going up my nose as is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it makes me so sneezy. I hate it. Snort a YA. You wouldn't snort a YA comic, would you? It's like those old school piracy commercials. Jeez. You need to do a collab with them? Have Ichabod doing a bump before going off to fight evil. Gotta get that bump. I don't even think bump is a good name for it. It does sound like very memeable. Maybe that's what they're going for. Give us the big titty waifu. A bump a woo. Bump up that fairy dust. Yeah, we get bump in a fantasy context. Sniffing that fairy dust. That was something that I thought of putting in Sonic City Witch at one point. This is like magic, more magic drugs than what I already put in there. It's not a hit, it's just a little bump. Ah, jeez. A bump is an amount of coke you snort. Yeah. It's not the smartest naming. Okay, so this is just like a picture of the news. Okay. I gotcha. Well, I don't really want to cover it. But, you know. How about I just share, this part? So, Adam wants me to, hang on, yeah, there it is. Adam wants me to share this thing, which is kind of old. It's kind of like an old thing that happened. September 2023, right? It involves Anita Sarkeesian. If you know of her, Adam seems to think that most of my subs would know of this woman. And the weird thing was that this is not a photo of her getting married. This is a photo of her instead choosing to have a wedding-themed birthday. Which is a little bit odd, you know? It's a little bit odd. Some psychologists might advise against this type of behavior, But what she says is, it was goofy and silly and fun. We had a bachelor party, rehearsal, dinner, ceremony, and reception all in one. People dressed up in the best costumes. From brides, divorce lawyers, drunk uncle, and a ring bear. Cool. So this is... Like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say that isn't already, like, kind of said within just the context? It's a little bit strange, you know? So it's a little bit strange. It kind of strikes me... Yeah, it is sad, I know. It strikes me as someone who realizes later in life that she did actually want to get married, but now she knows that because, you know, she's quite infamous as being a feminist, and now she kind of probably is not having the best of luck finding marriage material men. And this is the way that she lives out her fantasy. Instead, it's just having a wedding-themed birthday party, which is a little bit weird. Yeah, I know, right? It's next level loneliness. It's... Yeah. You know, that's why I was like, I don't know if I want to cover it, because it's a little bit cringe, but then it's also sad. So, like, you're like, ugh, and then you're like, aw. You know? If I ever get married, I will demand the ring bearer to be dressed up as Frodo. You son of a bitch. Yeah. There you go. I like the Photoshop version of her getting married to Sargon. I didn't see that one. Someone photoshopped this and like put Sargon in it? That's very goofy. How long till she marries herself? I mean, like, that's kind of the theme that she's going for here, you know? I mean, it's not like she's, like, walking towards a guy. She's probably walking towards a mirror. There's nobody there, you know? But, yeah, I think there's better ways of coping with regrets than doing something like this. And then also, like, posting it online. What's crazy is she's listing, like, all these people who, like, came to her birthday and helped her pull this wedding-themed birthday party off. I do wonder if anyone, like, had the nerve to, like, ask her if she was okay, you know? Because this is a really odd request. And I do wonder, is she, like, surrounded by people who would even care if she was having a mental breakdown? I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. It's a little bit... Yeah. It's just one of those things. Anyway. Back to what I was saying. Buy my comic. Good transitions all around. I think that's all Adam sent me to react to. It was just those two things. It was just Bump, and then Anita Sarkeesian having a wedding-themed birthday. It's two very odd things to react to, I know. But that's what he wanted me to react to. I don't know if there's any other news that you guys in the chat want me to weigh in on or give my take on. Last week we, like, reacted to the trailer for the new Rippaverse comic, and that was entertaining. People thought that was fun. So if you have any other stuff like that, I suppose I can pull something up. I don't know, you tell me. You tell me, guys. I'm looking at, like, some news that's on Bounding Into Comics right now, and doesn't really seem like too many interesting things are happening. A lot of the same. People, apparently IGN offered an apology after, like, the insulting Stellar Blade via Twitter. bringing it back, I guess, you know. Yeah, Anita would be much happier if she bought a copy of Reaper the Cursed Castle. Unfortunately, she missed the deadline. Aww. You see, guys, there's only 10 more days left. That's why you really gotta hop on this book series while you still can. Got any thoughts for the spring anime season? I thought I already went over the spring anime season. Did I not? Spring 2024. Let me see. A Condition Called Love. That's coming out. Well, goddamn. I guess I didn't go over spring anime. I didn't even notice that was coming out. Okay, let's take a look at what's coming out. A Condition Called Love. I read some of the manga for this one. I didn't stay updated on it because it took forever to get updated. But at some point I should probably go back to reading the rest of it. It was pretty good from what I did read of it. I don't know if it got worse along the way or if they decided to, like, break these two up and have her cheat on him or some fucking bullshit like that. But from what I read, it was pretty alright. Pretty alright. And then, How to Love Your Elf Bride. Oh, I'm sure that this is going to blow everybody's mind. Zagon is feared by the masses as an evil sorcerer. Both socially awkward and foul-mouthed, he spends his days studying sorcery while beating down any trespassers in his domain. One day, he's invited to a dark auction. And what he finds there is an elven slave girl of peerless beauty, Neffy. Having fallen in love at first sight, Zagon uses up his entire fortune to purchase her. But being a poor conversationalist, he has no idea how to properly interact with her. Thus the awkward cohabitation of a sorcerer who has no idea how to convey his love, and his slave who yearns for her master but has no idea how... Is this porn? No, I mean, it could be funny. It could be funny. I think the sheer ridiculous of it could make it very funny. However, I will say, I don't know, like, why they need to add in that he's also evil. It's like, he could just be some guy who's really good at magic. He doesn't have to also be evil. You know what I mean? It doesn't change really anything. It only changes, like, maybe how people perceive... I mean, it doesn't even change that, because they would all already perceive him pretty poorly if he's just socially awkward. Another fucking reincarnated... What is this? A salad bowl of eccentrics? Yeah, another isekai. Kind of figured. Bartender. Didn't John watch this? Is this a remake of Bartender? Or is this like a... There's another Bartender anime, and I know somebody who has watched it. I think that might be... I think this is connected to that other anime. I'm not sure, though. I might have to go back and see. It could just be another Bartender anime, but, like, how many Bartender animes are there? How many stories can you really put together with a bartender theme? Do I know any of other of these here? I'll do like a little once-over to see if I recognize. Oh yeah, Kaiju number 8. Excited to see that. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully. Holding out for it, you know? And what do we got? Spice and Wolf remake? You know, honestly, I went back to, like, watch the original Spice and Wolf at one point, and it wasn't as good as I thought it was when I, like, first watched it. I was pretty disappointed. It wasn't, like, terrible. I didn't rewatch the whole thing, because I was just like, man, this is fucking boring. There's a whole lot of nothing happening here. Why did I like this? But Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should rewatch the rest of it if there's going to be another version coming out this year. I don't know. Maybe I should wait till the other till this other one comes out. Maybe this one's better. I don't know. Studio apartment, good lighting, angel included. Oh, here we fucking go. High school alone, he encounters a pure and kind girl named Toa on his balcony. But who is she really? Well, I think the title kind of gave it away. The banished former hero lives as he pleases. Yeah, let me imagine that, like, they just fucking randomly decided to be mean to the main character so that the audience would feel sorry for him. Is that the plot there? Never saw that before. It's crazy. Yeah. Vampire Dormitory. That's pretty goofy. And then there's a bunch of movies. Oh, there's a Baki the Rock movie? Oh, it's a recap movie. Okay, so it's not a real movie. Just, like, tries to summarize, like, what happened in the first season or something like that. Alrighty. Well, there's not too much happening. Or at least not too much that I would be looking forward to. Based on what I see so far. I would probably watch the first episode of that just to feel the waters of what to expect there. But I can kind of guess what to expect there. They didn't list ecchi under the tags, funny enough. But that's like the first thing that I would expect is ecchi. Condition Called Love, I'll watch that. I'll see how that is. I remember the manga being pretty okay. Although I didn't get caught up on it. Oh, this! I do recognize this. No, I didn't watch. I read the first couple chapters of this and I didn't think it was very good. But a lot of people really like this. So, or at least, am I thinking of the right one? Or do these characters just look really similar to this other similarly titled manga that I read on Manga Plus? Yeah, this is the same one. The characters look a little bit different, actually. Maybe they, like, I don't know, maybe they just made the designs a little Kaiju number 8, excited to see. And, yeah, that's about it. Initially, that is all that kind of piques my general interest anyways. Oh, sorry, did I miss Super Chats? Let me go over those now. Would you consider doing drawing challenges with Ichabod? Like, fans can request draw Ichabod surfing, draw him making pancakes, draw him smoking with Snoop Dogg? I don't know. I don't know. I guess those would make for, like, funny pictures. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to mess up the overall theming that I'm going with. Because, like, part of me thinks if I'm drawing the characters in, like, over-the-top, goofy situations like that, it might make people think that the comic series is a comedy, when that is not the main pole to it at all, you know? And maybe they'd be disappointed to find out that it wasn't a comedy, because they were hoping that it was, because there's all these goofy images of all the characters. I don't know. I want to make sure that I have a good audience behind Reaper before I start, like, going full goof. El Kraken, thank you for the fun live stream, Dannphan. Happy Friday, everyone. Bye. Thanks, El Kraken. Always good to have you. For sure. Yeah, I know. I've been streaming for an hour. We got caught up talking about, like, all the spring anime. This looks interesting too, but I'll look at more of these later. I don't want to eat up all my time here. There was something else that I wanted to say before I headed out. Oh! Fun fact. Me, Adam, and some of our friends are going on a little road trip to get a view of the eclipse when that happens coming up soon. Or, you know, a view of the... We're not gonna blind ourselves. We got glasses for it and stuff like that, and cameras. But, you know, it'll be a fun little vacation. Obviously a little bit anxiety-inducing because I have to stop working on the comic to go do that vacation, but we're also going to spin it and like make it part-time birthday celebration and, you know, stuff to more so justify going out there and doing it, and I'm sure it'll be fun. Maybe we'll take some videos and I'll share some of those with you maybe next time on another Friday with Dannphan. It's something to bring up, I suppose. If you guys are going to check out the eclipse when it happens as well, check out a good spot for the eclipse. Don't look directly at it with your bare eyes. It's not good. Make sure you do have some form of protective glasses, please. But yeah, that's going to end the stream for tonight. I thank you for joining in. Maybe we'll have a gaming stream tonight as well for the Game Fans channel. If you're not already subscribed, you can find a link to the Game Fans channel in the description, as well as find it on my channel page. We started playing, or well, I started playing some Dark Souls 2 DLC bosses. Mostly just the bosses, because I've already, like, explored all the areas, and all I gotta do is the bosses. But, yeah, I would play more Elden Ring, but I'm not sure if my computer will keep on shutting off, because we didn't really fix the problem. And I'm not really sure why Dark Souls is doing fine and not shutting off, or if that'll change next time I stream it. I don't really know. I wish I knew what the problem really was so that we could have a more secure fix for it. But for whatever reason, when I was doing the Elden Ring streams, it was shutting off randomly, just the whole entire computer just shutting off. I don't know if there was a recent Elden Ring update where they just, like, made the game make everybody's computers overheat or something stupid. I don't know what's going on, but I don't feel very confident streaming Elden Ring until we have a good grasp on whether or not my computer is going to keep on breaking. So, if you want to see some Dark Souls gaming, we will do the Dark Souls gaming. And yes, please do not forget to back Reaper Book 1 on Indiegogo. If you haven't already, at the very least consider it. Especially if you enjoy the Dark Souls type of stuff. And I guess check out the song if you haven't already. That is another thing. I posted it on Twitter. I posted it on the Burning Star Comics YouTube channel, which is also listing it on my channel page. Anyway, my voice is tired. So, good night everybody, and see you soon to the people who join in on the Game Fan streams. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye!